Eagles-Dolphins joint practice going on this week ahead of their preseason game this weekend. And someone keeping a very close eye on his team, Eagles GM Howie Roseman. Roseman working his way up in the Eagles organization over the past 22 years now. And he's getting a lot of praise for his moves this offseason. A big splash coming right in the middle of the NFL draft, trading for Pro Bowl wide receiver A.J. Brown. But he also utilized free agency in the draft to try to bolster his roster to push for just not the top spot in the NFC East, but also in the postseason. Here's more from Roseman with our Rick Spielman.
I'm here with Howie Roseman, general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles. And down at Miami, you're going to have joint practices again this week. Last week you were in Cleveland. Tell the fans and tell us why it's important to have these joint practices.
Well, first, just you being here, man. You know, one of the great general managers in our league for a long time, close personal friend. Love seeing you, man. You look healthy and happy. You're making me jealous.
I appreciate that. Can we get on to the subject?
Yeah. Repeat the question. I was focused on you.
Just talking about how important it is for these joint practices to get prepared for the season.
Well, you know what, Rick, I'll tell you what, in 23 years in the National Football League, we haven't done back-to-back road practices, and our football ops groups have done an unbelievable job of getting everything, in Cleveland and then back to Miami, and we have a great group there. And obviously it's great evaluation tools for us, getting to see our guys in these drills, sometimes even better than the preseason game. So as long as everyone gets off the field, the whistle blows, everyone's healthy, it's a beautiful thing.
Do you think it's more important to see your starters in this setting than in a preseason game?
Yeah, I think so, because what you get here is you see teams running their schemes, Nobody's going to put anything other than vanilla stuff on tape because nobody wants anyone to know what's going on. So I think for us, being able to see kind of different versions of the teams we're going to face during the year is healthy for us.
Yeah. I have to go into the offseason because I thought you did a phenomenal job this offseason addressing all your team names.
Thing about this.
But the thing that really threw me, being on the outside, was to go out and make the trade with Tennessee on A.J. Brown. Can you go behind the scenes? Because in my experience, to give up a first-round pick, I was just curious on how did the physicals get done before that pick, how you were able to get the contract done. I know there was a lot of behind-the-scenes going on, and can you go into some detail on that?
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. One, tremendous trust in J-Rob, John Robinson, and Mike Vrabel, and when they tell us something and they give us access to the doctors, I take their word for it. So on the physical part of that, you have to trust a little bit, and there was trust there. In terms of where we were as a football team, we put a lot of resources into the receiver position, and we felt like we were missing one element, and that was exactly what A.J. can do, this big, physical, almost a running back in the open field, contested catch guy, which really fit with the rest of our group. And so to get him, a guy that we did a lot of work on, obviously our quarterback had a pre-existing relationship. Also having a guy on the rookie contract as your quarterback, maybe you're allowed to do that a little bit easier than if you were paying a quarterback. And so we just felt like it was the right time for our quarterback, right time for our football team to add the player, and obviously paid a heavy price, but it's got to be a good trade for both teams. And I feel like that where the Titans were and paying their quarterback maybe worked out for them too.
Did you feel very confident before you made that trade that you were able to get an extension done with him?
No, not even a little bit. I think that, especially when you have this short window, you had 24 hours, and, I felt like we had this deadline, but it was hard. We're literally trading up to go pick Jordan Davis, and we still don't have the contract done, and we got a drop dead point, right? But we're on the clock. The pick's there. We don't have a deal. There's no deal. So a lot of credit to his agents, Torrey Dandy, the crew at CA for kind of working and getting something done that worked for them and, had to work for us.
Yeah, and the final question is everybody's asking about Hurst, and is he going to be your quarterback going forward? The question comes up because you put a lot of pieces around him. You got a very good defense. You got an extremely talented offensive line. He showed signs. You started out slow last year, but he really came around. But you also have 2 first-round picks next year. Is this a make-or-break year for Jalen Hurst?
Well, I think the first thing about Jalen is every year, and we've evaluated since he was a freshman at Alabama, he's gotten better. And he'll do whatever it takes to get better. And what we've seen this offseason is he's gotten better. Now, we got to show it in the games, but he'll do whatever it takes to be a good player. We're rooting for him. We want him to be the guy. And we also want to make sure that he has a chance to be successful. We want to make sure he's protected up front, that our offensive line is strong, and that he has weapons. So we're not sitting there and going like, this isn't fair to him. So hopefully we've done that, and really excited for the opportunity that we have with him and our team this season.
And knowing Howie Roseman, there's always something in the works. Is there something that we could potentially see before the 53?
I'm missing one of my guys to do stuff with, you know. Well, I should say one of my guys who says no to me all the time, you know. We'll look at any opportunities we think that make sense for us, for other teams, try to find some win-win solutions, and maybe we'll have something here. Who knows?
All right, buddy. I appreciate it.
Great to see
you. Good
you,
luck.
man.
Yep.
Great interview there by Rick Spielman, taking a look at the odds to win the NFC East. It is the Dallas Cowboys right now who are the favorites at plus 130. The Eagles close behind them, and we are talking to Charles Davis, who calls games for CBS, the NFL, and he says, look, I think the Eagles can get it done. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.